Welcome. We are here live with our PAC team, our daily 5 minutes. Carrie, you'll want to start recording because I can't. But we will go ahead and get started. Our topic today is this normal? Normal aging or not? This is a big concern for many people who are getting older.
Complete.
Welcome. We are here live with our PAC team. Hey, Carrie, can you 5 minutes? Carrie, you'll want to start recording because I can't. But we will go ahead and get started.
Carrie.
There we go. There we go. We're just having a little bit of technical difficulties today, but we're getting there eventually. Today we're talking again about, is this normal? So the questions that we're going to ask. Have you ever, so this is where our PAC team is going to reveal things about themselves that you've never been curious about probably before, but now you'll know. And these are questions you'll ask yourself. So for the first one, have you ever forgotten a neighbor's name? You should know them. You see them all the time, and suddenly their name just escapes you. Have you ever left your keys in the freezer? Any guilty parties on that one? Oh, not as many of that one. Okay, what about in weird spaces or you can't find your keys where you thought they were supposed to be? What about, oh yeah, told the same story over and over again. Oh yeah, we're getting a lot of thumbs up on that one.
Somebody accuses me of that all the time.
Yeah, usually you're not the one to notice it. It's usually someone else who's the recipient of the story that lets you know that you've been doing it. Mm-hmm. What about this one? Not been able to find the right word. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a tricky one, especially after a long day. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're trying to think of the thing and the one with the thing and the, the one with the you know what the one is, and that person is not real receptive and they don't help you out, or they give you words that aren't the right word, and that's very not helpful. All right, then here we go. Walked into a room and forgot why you were there. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Did it this morning.
Every day.
Every day. Yep. Each room is a new space for your hippocampus to figure out. Okay, what about forgotten where you parked your car? Especially after you've been on a trip in an airport and you forgot to take the picture of the color and the zone that you were in, and it was a new thing, and you
or Christmas time shopping when there's too many cars.
Ooh, or there's a lot of cars that kind of look like yours, and suddenly you're walking around the parking lot, beep 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 beep, where is my car? Yeah. Okay, gotten frustrated with new technology, whether it's a new car, a new device, something, a new program, an update of Zoom. Yeah, Zoom's done a great job of keeping up with all these changing times and the number of people now using its platform, but that means updates, which means changes, which we don't like. All right, what about gotten lost while on a detour, even near your home? You're trying to follow the signs, but the sign wasn't there and you made a wrong turn, and you figured it out how to get back there eventually, but got a little bit lost.
Pittsburgh, Atlanta, yes, I could totally say that.
Oh, yeah, those bigger cities where things just, the road doesn't go where you thought it was going to go. And what about this one? Needed to double or triple check appointment times or plans. You've asked 3 times, Mom, enough. Oh my God, I wrote it on your calendar. I wrote it where you asked me to write it. I put a Post-it by the door. What more do you need? So what happens for people generally when you experience these things? So PAC team, what happens for you, or what happens to people that you know when they've experienced these things?
There's like this momentary panic, but then they sort of take a deep breath, unless it's happened too often, maybe.
Yeah.
So when you're starting to see it in yourself, a pattern, or this is happening really literally every day or every time you go to do something, it makes you a little bit more concerned. At first it's concerning, and then it gets more concerning the more it happens. Jess, what are you thinking?
A little bit of shame sometimes. So I've lived next to this man for 5 years. He uses my name every single time. think his name is Jim, but I'm not sure. I should know this.
Yeah, and then at this point, it's too late to ask. So now you're kind of stuck in this sort of shame spiral, which shouldn't be happening, but my brain isn't connecting the dots. And I know he said it, and now you just have to kind of wait near him, parties and stuff, to hope somebody else will say it and just listen real hard. Yeah, you have to have that good wingman that's like, hey, I'm Amanda and you are, without you having to introduce two people, because man, that's really hard when I don't know his name. Yeah. Any other feelings that you guys have noticed in yourself or others?
Well, frustration when somebody has to tell me again, or they've told me a third time and I'm like, yeah, no, stop telling me that, right? So then I start questioning myself.
Yeah, so it doesn't even have to be something they say, right? As soon as you ask for the fourth time, you realize your mistake.
Mhm.
Because what happens to their face when you ask that same thing again?
There goes again. What?
The eyebrow kind of cocks, the face, yeah. You know immediately that you've made that mistake, that dire mistake of asking like more than once about something. So what we're going to talk about next is, okay, so how do we know what is normal? Because we've now talked about kind of a few different things that could be really concerning. Let's go back to that list, and PAC team, you've got some really good knowledge about what's normal aging. What should I be concerned about? Should I be worried? Do I have dementia? Is this a sign that if I have all these things, does this mean I have dementia? What should we tell people? What are you thinking now that you see this big list again?
Well, I see that big list and it reminds me, just in that list alone, there's more than 5 to 8 things that I see there just in that list alone. So I'm wondering if that's how many I can hold in my working memory, how much other stuff is cluttering my working memory every day, that if I forget a neighbor's name, is that something I really need to worry about? I'm thinking, no.
So realizing the working memory can hold 5 to 8 items, meaning I can hold on to 5 to 8 things at one time as my brain is processing things. And so right now I'm already over 5 to 8 just looking here. But when you think about it, when you were walking outside, was your neighbor the first thing in your mind, or did you already have 5 to 8 things going on? Were you trying to remember which day it is so you can put the trash out on the, and then did they say the right side or the left side? Last time I put it out on the left side and they didn't take it. And so we have a new company and now I'm trying to figure out, is it the green bin or the brown bin that I have to put out? And then your neighbor says hi. Crap, I'm already at 5 and I can't take in any more data. And I don't remember your name. And is that okay in the moment? Yeah, a healthy brain can hold 5 to 8 things. When should we start getting concerned, or rather than concerned, curious? When some of these things are happening, what would be a noticeable change that we want to think about that would make me curious about, is this normal aging or not normal aging?
Well, I think when it starts to happen more frequently, and I'm noticing it's happening a lot during the day, and I'm not really saying anything to anybody, but I'm noticing it, and maybe one or two other people might notice it.
Ooh, so I'm noticing changes. Either I'm noticing this is happening or the people around me are noticing, and it seems to be happening a lot. And it's not who I have been recently. It's a fairly recent change, and it's a noticeable change in the amount of times that it's happening. Here's the cool thing about dementia. 50% of people are aware that changes are happening. 50% are not aware. So you may be in the camp Christy's talking about, where you might be the very first one to notice some of these changes are picking up. But you also might be in the other camp where other people are noticing changes, and all you're getting is that frustrated look. Why are you asking me this again? Why are you doing this again? And if it starts to become a new pattern and there isn't a respite back to where you used to be, it's time to get curious. But I want to be careful with the word concerned, because it may not be something of concern, it may be a time to start looking at what medications have you started taking. Is this a rapid change or something that's changed slowly over time? Is this really who you've always been and nobody ever told you? Or is there something else going on? It's time to get curious because that's not normal aging. What are some other signs of not normal aging that we know about to look out for, to be curious for?
Something else that comes up is for each one of these, when I've done it, I've had a lot of other compensatory skills that I can rely on. And if there's not a logical or reasonable or rational pathway by which I'm finding out answers to these things, or I'm really able to work around them, then that might be, if that's new, and I've always been able to use my calendar to help me out. I've always had a mnemonic in my head for my neighbor's name, or I can't actually see that the 7th and 8th time I've lost my keys, that isn't who I was, and this is new. If I don't have something that makes it work, if I can't find a pathway forward, that to me is another concern if it's a change.
Cool. So we have in our lives a lot of compensatory strategies, things that help us do better when we make these little bobbles, these moments of forgetfulness, these moments of oops. If I'm starting to try to pull on those strategies and they're not there anymore, or if I'm pulling on them, but they're not getting me to the place where things make sense for me and everyone else around me, again, it's a place to get curious. I want to start asking questions about, are you noticing something different? I'm noticing this. Are you noticing? I'm finding it difficult to, are you seeing that too? Or is this something different? It's also worth starting to think about, have I started taking any new medications? Have I started a new routine? Did somebody not print the calendar that I've always used? And now I'm trying to use a new calendar system that it's not working the way that I wanted it to. Older aging brains normally can learn new things. That's a falsehood that old dogs can't learn new tricks. It just takes us a little bit longer as we age. So trying to gauge and weigh how much of it is because something is new or different, and how much of it is I'm already working on 5 to 8 things and I can't process that one more thing, and how much of it is, this really is different and it's a pattern, and I'm going to start asking some questions. So what we have for you on our site, again, teepasnow.com, we have some offerings just to help you start to get curious. If this was really interesting to you and we're going to watch this preview here to see what her new webinar series is like. Starts on Monday the 13th, and it's called Normal Aging or Not. And we're going to watch a little preview here to see what kinds of things it covers. But it really talks us through that normal aging or something else. It's not necessarily dementia, but something else is going on here that's not normal. And what's cool about it is it's a series of videos that she then walks through. This is what it normally looks like, and here's what not normal aging looks like. So you get to see it in the flesh happening with people. We also are launching next week Teepa's Clips, which is a subscription service where you can get either the basic version for $2.99, where you get like 10 little mini clips of Teepa talking about all kinds of different things, gems. It's all of her webinars broken into chapters over the last 5 years of webinars. She's done a ton of them. And then you've got a mentor guide, or you can get the next series up, which I think is Premier, and you get everything, all of the webinars that our mentors have broken down and edited and given content for and given you basically a guide. And then last but not least, everyone and their mother can get a free 30-minute consultation with our PAC team. All you have to do is go onto our website and click on services and consults, or you can email directly Carolyn at consult@teepasnow.com. So to end us out here, I'm going to show us just a little video clip, and then we'll wrap it up with the PAC team. don't know if I shared it well, so I'm going to try it again. I did not. So see there. Good. All right, here we go.
Okay, a little milk. I just need. Okay, a little milk. I just need to. Oh. Now, is that today she's coming? I better give her a call. I can't remember. Okay, wait a minute. Let me think. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hey, Teepa.
Hey, sweetheart. Listen, are you going to come by here? Is it today? Are you coming by today?
Yes, it's today, and I'm coming by at 1:30.
1:30 today?
Yeah, like we said, you called twice.
No, I mean, well, no, this is about the appointment. I have an appointment, right?
Right, you have an appointment at 2.
At 2,
and I'm coming up. Yeah, and I'm picking you up at 1:30 so that we're there in
1:30,
time.
okay. Yeah. Well, that's
Hey, are you okay?
Well, I'm fine. I was just calling to check and see what time you're coming.
1:30.
Okay, a little milk.
Okay, so we've got a cool webinar series happening. It's a first of its kind. We haven't shown this footage. It's been sort of sitting in Teepa's vault for a long time, and we're excited to see it come out. Again, it starts Monday, April 13th is the next one. And you can sign up online. And then we also have lots of other free options if that doesn't work for you. Thanks, team, for joining us and giving us an insight into what's normal aging and what's not normal aging. There's tons more that we could talk about, but we're going to pause here for today. Thanks for joining us. This has been fun. Tomorrow we are going to try going on Facebook. We had some issues today, but we'll try it out. We'll try Facebook again, and then we'll see what next week looks like. We'll try to get a schedule out to everybody so you can plan for it and join us on either platform every day at 5. Bye, everybody.